Hey, what is going on, you guys? Luke Wayne here. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. I really do. And as always, remember, high hopes and low explanations. Low expectations, excuse me. So today we're going to be talking about Gothamites. More specifically, this not message board. I cannot talk today. Sorry. This board that Gothamites tweeted out. So stay tuned for it's like 11 a.m. Pacific time, and then 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Around that time, they're going to be revealing more at Gamescom. No one knows what that is, but fingers crossed we get some new good gameplay, uncut, we get some new villain reveals, and hopefully it's some content that we can finally feast on. But talking about more specifically this evidence board, which by the way is the poorest evidence board I think I've ever seen. I'm looking at it right now, and it is mostly empty. If I had to guess in the story, this would be a thing where we fill it up as we go along with the story, because we see in that key right there on the green paper. Should be putting it up on screen now. The key in the green paper, Robin finds that in the story trailer. And we see Mr. Freeze down there in the bottom right. So hopefully as we beat more villains throughout the game and progress through the story, this board can be filled up. Because right now it looks pretty empty. And I think that'd be pretty satisfying if we had some sort of evidence board in the Belfry. Kind of like how the GCPD worked in Arkham Knight, where you could put criminals in there and then it would say like 100% complete or 70% complete on the, or 70% full on the little wall there. That was interesting. I like that detail. But more specifically, we're going to be talking about that Bruce Wayne newspaper clipping. I don't think Bruce Wayne is dead. I think Batman will be in the game. I think it's pretty much confirmed by this, because I know I made a video a couple of years ago, and I don't remember what I said. All I remember is that I made a video, but I do know my opinion at the time was that I wanted him to be dead, and I still do want him to be dead. I know it's controversial to say that I want Batman dead, but I feel like they're going so gun-ho with this story of Batman being dead, it would just be lazy just to have him not die. It should be such a cop-out. Like, what are you doing, If you're gonna have him not dead, why don't you just put him in the title at that point? Because this is a Batman game, I don't think it'll be playable. I find it funny that when Patrick Redding was asked, if Batman was dead, he said, well, he's not going to be playable. And in the IGN interview, this is why the topic of the video is Batman's not dead. It's basically confirmed by this newspaper clipping right here, because in the IGN interview, they said Batman was murdered someone's texting me. They said that Batman was murdered, and I don't know if they were supposed to say that, if that was a mistake, but here on the newspaper clipping right now, if you zoom in, it just says there was a Wayne Manor explosion. First of all, it doesn't even say there's nothing involving the Batcave, or nothing even insinuating that the people of Gotham are going to know that he's Batman, or there will be clues at all anywhere, which I find it funny that, obviously the Bruce Wayne that I know wouldn't go out like that in just a Wayne Manor explosion. Okay, Arkham Knight excluded that. That's different, we all know. But I stand corrected. But the Bruce Wayne I know wouldn't die by just that. And the fact that Alfred is alive, Bruce Wayne isn't, is just weird. But it's the fact that they're not as we know before from details that they've revealed before, they're not letting anyone see the body. It's and in the newspaper it says it's highly suspicious and it's deemed a freak accident. That's not going to hold up. The fact that you can't see the body at all, which to me says that there is no body, or that the Court of Owls has the body, and the fact that it's deemed just a freak accident, which obviously you wouldn't die from that, and the fact that it's being investigated further right there, which also makes me wonder, I wonder if when we as the Bat family solve the clues to Bruce's alleged death and reveal the mystery, I wonder if we can also fill up the evidence board with newspapers like this one, and it can be updated along the way. As you can see there to the left of that newspaper, you see fire at library, university, whatever. That's also the tutorial that they showed. The 16 minutes of gameplay that they showed me back, or that's what happened there. So I think it'd be kind of cool if we can fill up the board with criminal activities and with the storyline progression. One thing I would also like to know here is that it says Bruce Wayne died in 2020, which I'm assuming will be the year the game takes place. I don't even know if you can see it, but if you zoom in on the higher quality version on Twitter that they officially released, you can see that he was born in 1975? I don't know, but it clearly says 2020. There's 2 zeros there. So I don't know if they were just like, maybe, I don't want to call them lazy, but if it was just a thing where it's just that one asset isn't changed, or if it's a thing where the whole game takes place in 2020. Maybe it's because that's when they did the bulk of development on the game and they're really laying the groundwork, or maybe that's just because that's how they set up their story originally. I'm not really too sure about that. A couple more things I will note on this board that I think are interesting is the GCPD corruption, which I think that's funny because it's just like a whole file just binded to the board. But that's something that we've known beforehand, but hopefully I hope that it plays a bigger role in the story to where we get to see that throughout the story, like different cops that we trust, we find out are corrupted. I don't know how far they can go with that with like Montoya or something, but I feel like that would be a huge missed opportunity if they didn't run with that, especially with someone like Barbara Gordon, whose father was the police commissioner. That'd be fantastic if we found out Jim Gordon died due to the corruption. And finally, of course, you see the little invitation there on the board, which I believe, I'm theorizing because it's kind of blurry to see, that it just says Bruce Wayne was invited to a ball, and I think that could just be a reference. It could just be a comic book reference, or it could mean that he has ties to the Court of Owls. Maybe he just didn't accept their invitation, and that's why they attacked him, which I think we already kind of knew that, but like this just kind of cements it, and I really hope that we just get more revealed at Gamescom today. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, today's Tuesday. Today, because that would be awesome and epic, and it would really solve a lot of this mystery, and hopefully we get to see more of this board, because if this is the whole board, that's kind of pathetic. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that at this point, is there any way Batman, Bruce Wayne, whatever you want to call him, is there any way he's actually dead? Or do you think that it's, like me, it's just impossible, and the more they reveal about it, the less likely I think he's dead, which sucks, because I really trusted them in the beginning. I was like, yeah, he's dead, but now I'm like, no, he's not. What are you talking about? And what do you guys think of this board? Do you think any new interesting details just catch your attention? Let me know down in the comments below. I read all of your comments, I really do. Thank you for your attention. Stay awesome, y'all, and peace.